Tell me when I'm live and I can start talking. We're up?
It's up. Although I don't know if the Yeti is up.
But I can be heard, and I'm more important than the Yeti.
That's true. There's two. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know if I should start talking. Should I start talking?
Just start greeting people,
Who's there? Is anybody there? You guys watching me? I can't see you, so.
No connection, says this person.
No connection. We're trying to go live here, so bear with us. If you can hear or see, we're trying to get this thing launched. We're trying to get a live video launched with you guys today. So here we go.
Nope. Here.
Here.
It's all popping up over here too. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. So I've got Isaac over here working on all of the technical stuff that this is not my forte. This is my forte, but not that. So he's working on getting all the stuff ready so that we can start talking. We've got lots of stuff we want to say and lots of stuff going on that we're excited to talk about. So
I think I got the Yeti working. Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Check.
Can you guys hear Isaac on his Yeti? It's not really like a Bigfoot. It's just a... Oh, maybe you
can Come in. Beautiful.
I don't know.
It's going. You're live, they say.
Yay! You guys can hear. I'm hoping. I'm just going to go and pretend that you guys, not pretend, but hope that you guys can hear. And here's Isaac. Oh, Isaac, don't knock over all your stuff.
Okay, cool. Look at this. I think this is literally my second time on a massage table ever.
Right. So the first time I heard him. I'm just kidding.
Okay. So... Friends on YouTube, your comments are over here. So if we're looking this way, this is kind of what we're doing.
We keep looking over to the right. There's not a person over there. It's you guys. It's your comments, and we want to make sure that we're getting all the comments and handling any questions that might be going on. We definitely have a lot that we want to talk about today. And today's kind of a surprise live stream. We're not expecting this to happen. I will say I was expecting to do a live stream with one of the tiers on my Patreon page, the Voracious and Above Patreons. We're going to get a live stream today, so I want to start off by saying to you guys, my Voracious Patreons, if you guys are out there listening, I want to make sure that you guys know, and watching, I want to make sure that you guys know that there was a last-minute emergency. So we had to kind of switch things up, and we decided to just go live with YouTube and talk about a lot of other stuff we're working on.
There's apparently an echo. I'm going to go see if I can address it.
There's an echo, somebody's saying. Okay. It might be the dual microphones, no? Because I'm mic'd up too.
Yeah, let me check.
And he's got the Yeti. Anyway, I'm just going to repeat what I just said. I was going to go live with my Voracious Patreons and Above and do a whole... having a model on the table and doing a whole demo around some body work that I was going to demo a lot of techniques today, but there was a last minute emergency and that happens. And so we decided to make best of the situation, and we have all of this stuff set up, and we wanted to go live to not just Patreon, but to all my Patreon supporters who, can I just say really quickly how much I love you guys? Because I do. I don't know that I say it enough. You guys are the world to me, and I have so much gratitude. But we also decided to just go live on YouTube because there are a lot of things we want to talk about and a lot of things we're excited about, and we can't wait to share this stuff with you. So I think I'm going to wait for Isaac to make sure that all the glitches are worked out. Do we have anything?
They're saying it's apparently perfect now, which is great.
Perfect? Okay,
I've got
good.
my cans on, so double check.
Awesome.
It's a lot of a delay.
Okay. A lot of a delay. Okay. All right.
Take these off.
So but you look so cool with those on.
I agree. I love these headphones.
I kind of wanted to wear them and look like I know what I'm talking about.
I will talk about the headphones later.
Okay.
One of the things I'd love to do during our Kickstarter campaign is to do a behind the scenes and talk about not only what you do, but since we're talking about making high quality production, spend a little time talking about production as well.
Okay. But you just said Kickstarter campaign, and we haven't even told them what we're doing yet. I know. He just dove right in. I know.
The name of the live stream is Kickstarter announcement.
Okay. All right. So obviously what we're doing. Good job, Isaac. High five. what we're doing is we're launching a Kickstarter campaign, and I'm going to try to talk about everything that we're doing. I'm sure Isaac is going to come in and help me get all the details right, because he's just so much more detail oriented when it comes to this kind of stuff. But we are launching a Kickstarter campaign. If you don't know what a Kickstarter campaign is, it is a crowdfunding way to help us to start a business that we feel really passionate about. So one of the things that you guys have obviously seen me do for a really long time is make YouTube videos about bodywork and techniques and massage and everything that goes along with this. And one of the biggest requests that I get is to make online continuing education classes. So I do on-ground continuing ed, and whenever I announce an on-ground class, I get lots of questions and requests for when are you going to put these online, when is that going to happen? And so Isaac and I kind of sat down. I should actually kind of maybe say that Isaac was a little bit more the brains behind this, because he's super creative, and I couldn't do any of this without him. But he was like, we should make these online CEU classes that are kick-ass. Like, we should make these unbelievable classes. And so we just got really excited about it. And as we sat down to look at what that would mean, how long it would take, what the cost would mean, and all that kind of stuff, we realized we were going to need a little funding to make this happen. And so we decided to launch a Kickstarter campaign. So here we are. So this is like our first official day, and this is our official announcement of making this happen. And so we want to talk about what the Kickstarter means, what we're going to do, what we are hoping to have in the end, what we will have in the end, when this is going to show up, and what you guys are eventually going to get. Cool. You want to talk?
Yeah, I would love to. So I think it'd be good to structure this kind of a little bit like an interview. Now,
I know. I wonder if there's any questions.
Just using your mic.
Okay. Oh.
That's what they were saying is probably going to work with just your mic. So if for whatever reason y'all can't hear me, let me know.
Why don't
I move the mic over a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. Can you hear
It's
Isaac?
an omnidirectional mic. Omnidirectional, one of the kinds of microphones on the market. And this one's pretty sensitive. So hopefully that one will pick me up just fine, even if it's a little quieter or a little more muffled.
Awesome. I want to make sure we can see questions too.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're a little soft, but that's good. It makes my skin look better when we're just kind of soft. Okay. So first thing is, tell me about your background teaching. Tell me about your background teaching.
Teaching.
Because we're here. One of the things that a Kickstarter or a CEU classes is about is the teacher, right? Who the teacher is, where they're coming from, what the background's like. That's an important part of the process for how you trust.
Yeah.
So tell me about that.
Well, Isaac.
Yeah.
I walked into teaching massage about 10 years ago, and I was a massage therapist for 10 years, and I decided I wanted to get into teaching, and I remember feeling like, I got this. This is going to be easy. I've been doing this for so long. I know what I'm doing. And then I stood up in my first day of teaching in front of the classroom, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much that I didn't remember, and I didn't know how to articulate. So when I started teaching, I dove really deeply back into the research part of massage, because I think, you guys out there who are watching, what we do every day, we do all this hands-on work, and it's really easy to let the terminology slip and the anatomy slip, and then kind of like what the newest techniques are and what the newest approaches are and perspectives around how to work. So when I started teaching, I decided I wanted to be really proficient in everything that we were doing and everything I was talking about. So I dove back into the research really hard. And then as I did that, I started to realize that the stuff that I was doing was gaining a lot of attention. It was just stuff that the students seemed to be resonating with, and that I felt really good about, and I started to get way more passionate about it. And then being in the age of smartphones, my students were taking out these smartphones and videoing my demos, and then I got more than a handful of requests of people who were like, you need to film these and put these on YouTube. And I would watch them, and I was like, you're right. And so I did. And so I braved the YouTube world, and I started putting demos up on YouTube. And the more I did it, the more the better I wanted it to be. And the more I dove into the research and the more I dove into like the hows and whys. And then I started painting on people and I started doing all this muscle anatomy stuff. And as all of this started to grow, my own teaching experience became like really about wanting to give as many of you as possible the deep sense of feeling really confident with what you're doing and how you're working through your career and how you're growing your business and making all of you guys feel super empowered. And so the teaching has been kind of this explosion into everything that I want to build in our community.
Yeah. Was there a moment?
Was a question maybe?
Let's feel it.
Oh, I love you back. I can't read the names.
It's from Lisa. Lisa G says,
"Hi, Lisa. I love you too.
Love you so much. Rubber massage all day."
Woohoo! All day.
Rubber massage all day. Cool.
Okay. Just wanted to try to get a couple of comments.
Since early days, Lulu says, "Been with us from early YouTube days."
Awesome. That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that because my early YouTube videos were. They were early. They were basic.
Getting better, but that's the thing is that we've got a constant growth this direction.
Constant growth.
All the way up.
All the way up. Thanks to Isaac, by the way.
Well, partially. You know, I couldn't make awesome content without awesome content to film. But I was clear with Allison early on as we're starting this process. I let her know, like, listen, I totally intend to take advantage of you. Because why do a high quality product with something that isn't a really high quality content to start with?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we can just, slingshot each other into success here and a successful Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, was there a moment for you where things shifted, where you said, this is sort of me on my own, and this is now my new path towards teaching and education.
Yeah, meeting you. I mean, yes, I when I was making these videos on my own, and I was kind of doing everything on my own, there was only so much that I could do. And then when I met Isaac, and he started to kind of go, okay, I've got these different ways that we can film, and I've got these different ways that we can edit, and I've got these different ways that we can present, and then I want to start thinking about how we can expand this. He and I started really bouncing lots of ideas off of each other that felt so good to me. And it was definitely like, as my channel grew, I started to at first feel a little overwhelmed by it because it's just, I'm just doing what I do. I'm just doing what I love. And so as everything grew and I started to get lots of emails and lots of comments and lots of requests for stuff, I started to kind of go, all right, I think there's something here that people like and people want, and I want to, it's not like I want to take that and build off of it. It's that I want to grow what that looks like for you guys. So I'm constantly wanting to check in with you guys and make sure that my vision is really the best thing for what this massage community is all about. Because I feel like that's kind of the bottom line for me. I definitely have a clear vision, and I feel like I always want to know that, okay, you guys are requesting CEUs or this specific body work, or you want to see this muscle, or you want to see all that kind of stuff. And I always want to kind of check in and make sure that I'm with what the current vibe is in our community and stay in touch with you guys. So that's all been shifting. Like, I don't know that there's been a day, to answer your question, I don't know that there was a day that everything shifted, but for sure, meeting you has been a massive change in my mentality around it. And then hearing from you guys all the time and getting your emails. And by the way, like, just so you know, go to my website and send me an email. I can't always comment on YouTube. Like, I get a lot of questions on YouTube, and there's so many that I can't handle them all. But if you send me an email on my website, I want to be in touch with you, so stay in touch with me.
And we may have to hire staff with the amount of work, but that's one of the things we're working towards is having a support team of people who, as the different content gets created and as Allison starts to have more and more stuff, there are people, a small community of people that are here and present that we totally trust, who will help us with these things to make sure that the community is engaged. Real quick, hello to Andre in Portugal. Good evening,
Portugal.
Andre, I think. Andre?
Hello.
Yeah, cool.
I appreciate.
This person loves our, not in the industry, but loves the vids. Oh, this is something I would love to talk about for a second.
Oh, that's cool.
I love, so I'm not, I like I said, third time on a massage table pretty much ever. I don't get a lot of work done. But I love learning things. And that's why 80% of the videos I watch on YouTube have to do with some sort of educational this or that. And if there's something going on with my leg, or if I'm just trying to start learning how to run, I learned that there's this thing called a gym. It's apparently a place where you could do uncomfortable things like running. It's bad for you. You guys should know that running is bad for you.
Oh, Isaac.
It's not bad for you. But why would you do it if you don't have air conditioning, which I found out about? The gym has air conditioning. So that's a thing. But now I'm like, ow, my leg hurts. What's going on? And so I'll want to look up on YouTube, like, what the heck? Why can't I bend my knee?
Right.
And then, surprisingly, I've had Allison's videos pop up on me where it's like, oh, this is cool. I actually help with those videos. And you'd think like that I would learn by osmosis, but I'm so focused on the production sometimes that I forget to learn as well. But these videos really are helpful for everybody. Even if you don't do massage work, to know how to do a little self-love, do a little self-care, that's huge. And being able to have that as a resource. And this is why I want to, again, just we're slamming the button. We're doing our YouTube thing. Just subscribe today. Hit that notification bell. No, but this one's about tell people who actually might benefit from having a little bit more knowledge about their own bodies. And we've all got one. So we should probably know a little bit about it. And it's surprising how few people I know have spent the amount of time and due diligence to learn about how to, properly treat and use and look at their muscles and stuff.
Yeah. So I want you to read a couple of those, but I'm going to talk really quickly about. I'm just going to expand on what.
Zealand,
Wow!
Atlanta,
Woo!
Brazil.
Nice. Around the world. That makes my skin. I have the chills. That stuff makes me so happy. You have no idea. I'm actually in the back of my head. I'm like, I want to go. I want to go to all these countries and start teaching classes because this is so exciting.
Kate, we're having you open an Airbnb.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. I'm in.
Alfonso, you're going to teach us Brazilian Portuguese.
Perfect.
Etc.
I want to talk really quickly about what Isaac was saying, mainly because I do think that, when you look at medicine, both holistic and Western medicine, there's a lot of knowledge about all the systems in the body, but when we start talking about soft tissue, there's a very vague understanding of the complexity and the depth that what's the word I want to use? I think people feel pain for a lot of reasons that can be so easily explained and understood through the knowledge of soft tissue anatomy and physiology. And I think there are a lot of people who really get that, and there's a lot of ways to heal and to move, but kind of like Isaac was saying, there's just something to understanding your own body better. And so when I do this stuff and I teach, I make these videos and produce these videos and they get out and I teach a class, I also feel like the thing that I want my massage therapy community to do is to take that and do the same thing. Get out there in the world, start talking about what you know, start teaching the people around you about their own bodies and their own tissues, and that empowerment is the kind of stuff that grows your practice and grows your profession and keeps you in this field for a really long time, which that's one of the big questions I get. How do you stay in it for a long time? How do you keep doing what you're doing? And a lot of it for me is just this kind of I want to teach you about your body. I want to teach you about what's going on, and you guys have the power to do that. And so I want to keep giving it to you.
Yeah. So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What do you think is you the teacher, since we're asking our audience to trust in you, what is your unfair advantage? What is the thing that sets you apart from other teachers, or what's the thing that is sort of yours when it comes to doing this? And I have my own thoughts on this, but I'm curious.
I want to hear yours. I can paint.
That's talent stack.
Yeah. I mean, I think that a good teacher doesn't show off what they know. They empower the student to become better. So that's always my goal. Whether or not I do that, I don't know. I'm not a recipient of my own teachings, but I definitely feel like that's always my motivation. I always want to, my big MO is if you know your anatomy and you know your physiology, you can kind of do whatever you want. So I continually teach in a way that comes back to remember what this muscle does, remember how this tissue works, remember who this person is who's on your table, and keep putting all of these pieces together. I do not think that there is a blanket protocol for any dysfunction. I just don't. I think that there is lots of nuances that come in and play a role. And so if I can get the people who are learning from me to feel confident about what they're doing, not by memorizing things that are steps that might not always make sense, but by having this deep kind of like, oh, I can make sense of what you're telling me and I can figure out how to work because I understand deeply what's going on physiologically. So I think that's what I try to do. I don't know. What were you going to say?
Oh gosh. Well, I think mine comes more towards the interpersonal relationship you have with your audience. Actually, I mean, I feel like
I love you guys.
Well, it's a huge part, right? Like this is why I think live videos are so cool. When we're doing live, there's some cool stuff happening here.
You are amazing. I can't see what the names are. You're amazing too.
Sick to the point.
Sick.
Your body butter apparently is.
Woohoo!
Good.
Thank
you.
you.
I don't know if it's a law. I can't quite read it here, but body butter, absolutely. We're going to talk about these classes in a second.
Yes.
Let me finish my thought.
Okay, sorry.
So the thought was that that translates. So live videos are so interesting because there's something about the connection between people that even though you're not here in the room with us, that we're live and that you're engaging now, like we bridge that gap. I suddenly feel connected to Brazil.
Yeah. And New Zealand, Arizona, all these Portugal, places. Utah.
I feel connected to those spots in a way that is so magical.
Yeah, it's cool.
And that is something that you take advantage of.
It's cool.
And you hold that in your head in the way that you personally hold that as you're teaching.
He's embarrassing me.
Really makes a difference to the kind of learning that I get to do as a practitioner, that it makes a big difference.
It's great. It's great.
And then those videos that they get to go all over the world helps people be confident in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And you teach with this very no nonsense. It's foundations, and here's a tool, but it's not, this is the right answer, that's the right answer, do this is right, but that's wrong. Yep. There's very much this do what works for you. And I think that really grounded, just hey, this, it's an exact science, but people's bodies are not exact.
Right.
So that kind of interplay of those things, I think you hold that really well.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So that's my thought. Now,
sweet.
I'm going to take advantage of some of these really awesome comments here.
Okay.
Which are, there's people who want you to do classes in, what was it? I saw Arizona, come to Arizona. Go to Greece. Yeah. Class for you in Greece. So this is why we're doing continuing educational videos. It's this is soon. We want to do this. I want to help Allison get out there. You guys can help buy her plane tickets. The first things first is, because we know that people want the classes, we're going to make these continuing educational videos. So if you want it, good. Yep. It's coming to you.
Yep.
And it can be on your time, and it's going to be awesome and entertaining. But we can't do it the way that we are envisioning it without having people back our Kickstarter.
Right.
So first things first, if you want a class, if you and all the people that you want to organize a class for, tell them about the Kickstarter we're doing, which we're going to give you guys a sweet discount if you come in at the Kickstarter price. We're going to get you guys accredited classes, and even if you don't need accreditation, it's going to be helpful no matter what.
So here's the deal with Kickstarter, which I didn't really understand when we started this, is that when you choose to back a Kickstarter project, you get rewards. So you come in, and it's kind of like getting, if you buy something before it's launched, you get it at a discounted rate. So that's what Isaac is saying. So our vision is to create a 6-course series, and each of those courses will be an individual course, but we'll also have a thread throughout that will connect them as a series. And this is the part of it that's going to be set what we're doing apart from what is out there. There's a lot of things that are going to set it apart. There's a lot of creativity behind how we're going to demonstrate not only demos or techniques, but also like dysfunctions and what shows up. And there's just lots of, we are constantly talking about how this could look and how we can make that happen. Anyway, the series as a Kickstarter campaign, if you come in and you are kind of like, all right, I know I want to buy one, if you purchase it during this Kickstarter campaign, you get it at a discount. And as opposed to once this is done and we really do launch these, they're going to be available on my website for a certain price. So during this campaign, you're coming in at the early bird rate. So either that be the one course or the whole series. You also, there's like rewards. You get some of them you get like a percentage off on my website. Some of them you actually get a butter that will get shipped to you.
We've limited the where we can ship the butter. We're working on getting it to all over the world if possible.
Yep.
But for the time being, UK, Canada, Mexico, and US for the Kix butter.
Kix butter.
A new flavor of her body butter.
Yes, and it's going to be like a coconut mint
or something,
but something like that.
Yeah, I described it as getting. It smells like getting a hug from a friend on a warm night next to an herb bush with a north wind.
Wow.
And the north wind, and there was something else in there.
I don't know.
And maybe like
the Aurora Borealis.
That's kind of what it's going to smell like. So just imagine the smell of that.
I didn't know you could smell the Aurora Borealis.
That's what it smells like. Yeah.
That's totally funny. All right, let's see if there's any comments.
Okay, what advice for? Oh, real quick.
You're amazing. I don't know I can't read the names, but you're amazing. Thank you.
The CR wants advice for a student from Texas in an internship. Advice for when someone comes for massage, but doesn't want to go through any discomfort or rotator cuff release.
Rotator cuff.
That's what I said. Do you want to put up on Instagram that you're doing a YouTube live real quick?
I could.
I mean, it might.
That wouldn't involve me standing up and getting my phone.
I can pretend to be entertaining.
Okay. Well, yes, I can do that, but I also feel like I want to address some of these.
Okay.
Bye. Here I am. Okay.
This is a
dance. So I'm happy to answer some of these questions. I don't know, I definitely feel like this is the kind of stuff that I want to handle. I love this kind of stuff. I think this is when you have questions about how you handle somebody who doesn't want to take a lot of pressure or is in this certain stage of healing or any of that kind of stuff. I love talking about that. I love diving down that field because I think there's just so much involved in how the human brain works when it comes to healing and how you can read that person with your practice. I feel like it might be a little. I don't know if I can talk about it right now.
What I would suggest is, so if you're interested in those conversations, there's actually a place where we're doing it. If you want those conversations, Allison's got a Patreon, and you can go pop over to her Patreon, because there's just so many questions. If you're a patron, you can dive in and start asking some of these questions. But we can't. We just kind of feels unfair for us to do it.
I'm gonna take a photo of us. Oh. Can you guys all smile for the camera? I don't know if I can do this. I just got a new phone, so I'm not sure I know how to do it. Okay, smile. It didn't work. Ready? I turned my phone off. I really am so good with massage therapy and not so good with technology. Exactly. I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to post that on the gram.
Yeah. So the Patreon. Also, to answer who asked about where the infos are, Alfonso.
Asked about what?
Alfonso. The infos are down below in the doobly-doo. So there should be that. Or
link in the description.
Kickstarter and search for... what are we searching for? Oh yeah, Rebel Massage.
Yeah.
It'll just pop up. So Rebel Massage on Kickstarter, and that's really the infos you need. We'll be updating the website to make sure there's links there as well. And while you're at it, maybe pick yourself up some body butter. We recommend the Ruth Butter Ginsburg.
If you're a woman or have female clients. You guys all know who Ruth Bader Ginsburg is, right?
RBG. She just had that movie that came out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Not an endorsement.
No, not an endorsement. Although, wouldn't that be great if we were sponsored by Ruth Bader Ginsburg? That'd be great. Live on YouTube right now, RN. Okay,
so
yeah.
Hanzo, he says, thanks. Don't do social media. I don't do Facebook.
You don't.
He or she doesn't do social
Okay.
media. Shiyama?
I don't know.
It's a beautiful name if I could figure out how to pronounce it properly. I love the way it's spelled.
Nice.
Can
hang with us, you guys. Hang with us. Don't go away. I'm posting and he's reading. That's got to be so boring to watch.
No, Lisa says, oh my God, yes. If you're telling me we can do live video massage courses and possibly get CE points, take my money, exclamation point.
Yeah, yes.
I'm buying the body butter today. I need it.
Sweet.
So mesmerizing when you use it. Yes, absolutely.
Can I talk about why I made that really quickly? Because I think that's really important.
Hannah, we'll get to you in a second.
Okay. Just throughout my entire career, I always kind of struggled with not liking oil, not liking lotion, and definitely not liking gel. And so I got to this point where I was like, oil's too slippery, and I needed to be able to grab on to the tissues because the work that I do is so, it really sinks deeper and moves tissues around. And the lotion I had to keep reapplying, and it just absorbed into the skin really fast, and I got really frustrated. And I didn't invent anything that is rocket science, but I definitely took some stuff that's out there and just figured out that there is a recipe for how I want to work that this particular butter works really well for. And there's the two different bases of butter, but they both have a good amount of grip, and they both allow for this different level of work that I feel like is just how I work. And I love when people do, more relaxing massages and different techniques and modalities that are not my specialty. I think that's awesome. And that's when different oils and stuff can be fantastic. I'm not trying to say that mine is the only thing and my butter is the only way. I'm just saying that I've developed this because very specifically it allows for me to slow down and grip the tissues and be effective with my work. So for those of you who haven't tried it, that's why I made it, and I feel like it's been absolutely the only thing that I've ever wanted to use ever since then. It's been something that I don't know, I just can't even imagine going back and using anything else at this point. And I try to keep it, all the oils that I add to it to gear towards different specialties, different dysfunctions. They're all essential oils or plant extracts so that everything is organic, everything is well crafted. I mean, one of the things that I got really frustrated with, especially as a teacher, was going in and like giving all my students these big globs of lotions and oils that had so many ingredients in them. And I understand preservatives and I understand why they're necessary, but I also saw a lot of people having a lot of reactions. So I don't know if you guys have seen that, but sometimes when you use something and you work on somebody's back and then they kind of like have a little rash or they break out or something like that, I just was like, I just want to feel really good about what I'm using every day on my own hands and on my clients every day. So that was my motivation. If you haven't tried it, I would love for you to try it, and let me know what you think. I'm always open to that kind of stuff.
I am queuing up. The Kickstarter video. If we want to show people the Kickstarter video.
Oh, we can do that. We can totally do that.
Okay, let's real quick. Hannah says, what did she say? Let me find it.
I don't know.
She said, massage therapy student from Maryland. So hello, Hannah from Maryland.
Hi,
Love
Hannah.
Massage. You've helped me out so much. I graduate in October.
Woohoo!
I'm
nice.
all for continuing education, and I'm intrigued by this Kickstarter.
Awesome. I'm so glad. I'm super glad. I will be traveling and doing some on-ground classes too, but those are few and far between. So this is going to be a much easier way for you to kind of access the classes that I would teach, and just kind of from the comfort of your own home and being able to watch it whenever you want. So once we get these, I should talk really quickly about the fact that, and I think the video that Isaac is about to launch will explain it a little bit better, but once we get the Kickstarter campaign is done and we get the funding in and we start building these classes, we send it all in to get accredited by NCBTMB, and so that's massive. All of this stuff will be legit and accredited and ready for you guys to get your official. You'll take a test at the end of the course. You'll watch the whole thing, take a test, submit it, and then you'll get your CEU. So that's the best.
Okay, hold on. Talk for 2 more seconds. I'm just going to make sure that I do this right.
Talking for 2 more seconds. I don't know. I hope you guys like these. I feel so good about them. I'm super excited about them. We definitely, we've made one already that is in the ABMP library, which I can talk about more, but while we were making that one, we started to come up with a bazillion other ideas about how to make these fun and creative, and we're super excited about what this is going to look like. So yeah.
We're going to try it. If this works, it may or may not. I haven't done this. This is kind of on the fly.
All right, on the fly. Here we go.
Luck.
Good luck. Hi, my name is Allison Denny, and I'm from Long Beach, California, and I'm a massage therapist. 20 years ago, I went to massage school, and I've been doing body work ever since. And then about 10 years ago, I started teaching. And this funny thing happened. I had students who were standing as I demoed with their smartphones out, and finally a few of them said, Miss Allison, can you please just video these and put them on YouTube? I think it would be something that I would watch a lot. And I did it. It exploded. The feedback that I got was, this is such an amazing way to see how a muscle works, where it is on the body, and how we can then palpate directly through the skin into those muscles. I have now gotten lots of requests to put this online and create continuing education content, and that is absolutely where I want to go with this. We want to take our time and create high quality, really well produced videos that are going to bring to life a full 6-series course. And in that 6-series course, we're gonna tell a whole narrative. So not only is gonna break down for you very specific dysfunctions, very specific anatomy, very specific physiology, but we're tying it all together and making this a full story that will help you understand things better. So what's happening now is that I'm working with a film company that works with a narrative.
Yeah, do I just, right here? Yeah, okay. If I'm out of focus, it's because normally I'm the one who's behind making this stuff. About a year ago, I started working with Allison, and she's got a super cool opportunity to make continuing educational videos, and you've asked for continuing education courses. I have a background in making videos. I've been doing it for a long time, and I have experience thinking about what goes into a book or a lesson and changing it into something that is visually appealing and gets points across. CEU courses, that's what we're doing. Am I in focus, by the way? Am I still in focus?
Totally squared in, totally in focus.
I'm pretty sure it was out of focus.
No, it wasn't?
This one, totally out of focus.
Aww, really?
Yeah, this one was totally out of focus.
Sorry, I didn't see it. It didn't look out of focus to me. Okay, so me and my huge production company.
It's just me. Okay, go ahead, sorry.
We're developing these awesome CEU courses. So there's a lot of work that goes into making a video. Even one YouTube video takes hours and hours and hours of filming and production and thought and curriculum writing. And we want to make these videos bigger and better. Once these classes are all filmed and edited and uploaded, we submit them to NCBTMB, which is the national governing body, to make sure that the content is actually what you guys are needing and it's all up to snuff. So once all of that is certified, you will be able to purchase the course and then take the test and then get the credit for it. And that's ultimately what this is all about. You can purchase the courses without having to take the credit because this is just good content, period. We don't want it to be boring, monotonous, rote memory. We want to tell a story. We want this to feel entertaining and engaging, and we want to bring that to you, and we'd like to make that happen soon.
Rewards, because who cares about the videos? You want t-shirts, right?
You're gonna get the first purchase of either a class or a full course at a discount. So once it's launched, the classes are gonna be at a certain price. You guys are coming in at an even better price because...
Damn it, there will be rewards.
Once these classes are certified, once that process is done, you will be able to take a test and you will be able to get a certified continuing education unit. Invaluable. Lastly, we understand that your donation to what we're creating is a huge sense of trust. This is definitely our goal, this is our dedication, this is what we want to build, and it would be silly for us to do anything besides follow through and create the best content possible. We are not going to stop working until that happens. Making sure it's certified, making sure it's delivered, we're not going to stop till it's done. So here's our Kickstarter campaign, we're super excited about it. Okay, good. Okay, good. So I hope you guys like that. It was really fun to make.
Sorry about the end.
Yeah, no, sorry about the end. So I guess we're gonna kind of wrap this up, but just to remind you of a couple of of the bigger picture things here. We are really looking at making these entertaining because that's what this is all about. So when we're talking to you guys about creating a Kickstarter campaign, we're talking to you about helping us help you. I know that when I go in to learn something new, whether it be in this field or whether it be something I know nothing about, I am way more educated and I take way more out of it when I'm entertained. So that's it's awful. So that's a huge part of it. That's a huge part of it. I mean, we just want to make sure that the content is not just coming across as like blah, blah, blah. Here's the information you need to know. Now take it and deal with it. Not that I think there's a lot of people out there that are doing that, but we want to kind of bring it to the next level. We want to make it entertaining in a way that helps you sink in everything that you need to know and be happy about it. There's actually this really great scientific research about the fact that we learn better when we're happy and in a good space. And I take that to be so completely true. I know that when I'm learning anything, if I'm entertained by it and if I'm laughing and I'm getting it, then I'm like, I totally understand. So that's where I'm coming from with wanting to create all of this, and again taking all of this and kind of bringing it back to you. This isn't about us wanting to take all this money and hoard it by any stretch. We want to take something and build something really cool and then give it back to you, because I'm in a field that is of service. Isaac is in a field that is of service, and we both kind of bonded over this idea of knowing that we wanted to give back, and this is our way that we want to do it. We know that he's got a gift with what he does, I have a gift with what I do, and we wanted to combine these and give them to you. So that's kind of our big thing. So remember that the link is in the description. So if you're looking for Kickstarter campaign is in the link in the description below. If you want to just Google it, Google Kickstarter and then Rebel Massage. It should pop up pretty easily. If I don't already, I will have something on my website soon. Yeah.
Lots of really exciting changes ahead. This whole thing starts the beginning of a new chapter for Rebel Massage, for myself.
Isaac, you are fun. High five.
She's lying, but I'll take it. So
Isaac is fun.
Good. Okay, Loudon. Good. Thanks, everybody.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm not showing it because it's still. It's not showing. Got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Anyway.
So the Kickstarter. We're gonna be here a lot. I will be here. We're gonna be doing our best to field questions and keep you guys up to date.
Yep.
Truthfully, it helps us a lot when you guys help with the work. The way that the internet works, it's built upon actual organic growth. So if you're interested and you're really interested and you put it on your own massage therapy Facebook groups, or if you put it on your own Facebook or Instagram and you tag us, share stuff.
Yeah.
It actually makes a difference for how it travels.
Yep.
We can and we might still pay for a little bit of exposure, but the best exposure really is your belief. If you believe in it, and we just genuinely say listen, don't put us anywhere unless you actually really believe in this. But if you do, it helps a lot when you post this around.
Right.
So Please. With that, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that I was able to find some work with Allison.
Yay.
And I think together we're gonna make a sweet team.
Yeah, I think so too. Fist pump.
Fist pump. I forgot. Wait, hold on. Wait. Jellyfish.
Whatever. Just to reiterate, however you can share this, however you want to share it from your heart, that's all I would ever want. I'm not going to ask you to do anything you don't want to do, but we are passionate about this and we want to get the word out. So whatever help you can give us would be unbelievably appreciated from the bottom of our hearts. I will have all sorts of links in the description. There will be links on my Facebook, on my website, all that kind of stuff. This is kind of what you're going to be hearing from me for the next handful of weeks. Mm-hmm. So, and as much as we can, we want to give you lots of behind the scenes stuff. So we're going to be here a lot working. We're going to be doing everything. I don't know.
Where's the mic?
I don't know.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay. All right. Anyway, we're going to be doing what we can. We'd like to include you guys and bring you in as much as possible. So there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Any last comments, folks. We'll field a couple comments for maybe a minute, and then we're gonna take off.
You guys are so sweet.
Dude, this has been great.
Yes, it's been really great.
To all these places.
I know.
I didn't even know there was a lounge in Tennessee.
So cool. It's so cool. I get blown away by how small the world feels when I do this kind of stuff. I feel so like in my own little bubble, and then we do something like this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just feel connected to the globe, and that's massive. That's the stuff that makes me feel like a good, solid human and happy at the end of my day.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
It's gonna take me about 30 seconds to transition.
Okay, I'll just sit here and entertain you guys. Do you guys know I used to be a dancer?
That's not true, is it?
It is. I know.